Okay guys, I'm going to show you how to gain access to the bolts so that you could remove your stock tail lights. What you need to do is open your hatch and look, and there's going to be a groove here that you can stick a pry tool, and that will release the whole side like so. And in here there are going to be three, I believe, 8mm nut. There's one there, as you can see. There's another one up there, and there's another one hiding right behind. In here, there's one that's right in there. I'm not sure you can see it right now. It's like right where my finger is. Right there. You see that one right there hiding? So there's three of them that you have to remove. But first, I'm gonna disconnect the light bulb socket connectors from the back. What you do is you press this right here, this little tab, and you push out. So you hold onto this, the little tab, you push it down, and you pull it out. There's one for there, there's one down here, and the reverse light is a green one that's stuck way back in there, right there. So press it and pull. Get it. Okay, here is the reverse light socket. Let me see if I can remove it. There we go. Okay, so here's the reverse light bulb that have the LEDs in. As you can see, this one compared to the one I just got, which is, here we go. And this is from the JDM tail light. As you can see, the socket is different. This is T15 and this is T20. But good news though is that the connector, this green connector, does work with this socket. So I just tried it a minute ago and it will work like so. So, which is good news. See, it works. So there is nothing that I got to replace. But if you bought the JDM tail lights and it didn't come with the sockets, at least you know that you need to get a T20 socket, and the bulb is not the stock bulb. This is a T20 bulb, which is a 7440. So you need to get one of those. Okay, so I'm gonna remove those three nuts that's holding it on. 1, 2, and there's one up here. That's 3. And this whole stock assembly should pop straight out. Okay. Okay, these are the 3 nuts that I removed. They're 8mm. I had to use to remove the bottom 2, I used one of these, a socket and a wrench, and the bottom one I had to use, the top one I had to use this because there was no room to fit this underneath it. Okay, so once you remove those 3 screws, you should be able to just hold this and break it off loose. So there it comes. Okay, take your new tail light, and you see these 2 tabs. They go into these 2 holes on that side right there, that hole. So line them up, make sure they fit in. There you go. That's installed. Okay, this is the driver's side still. I've gone and tightened the bolts from the stock reuse the stock bolts from the original headlights and then tighten the 3 screws. And these are the original harness. Well, the configuration of the harness are a little different now on the JDM taillights. The green one that used to be up here is now going to be on the side over here. This one with the 4-pin connector, which is the taillight, is gonna go back into where the reverse light was before. But the slack, all you have to do is push up a little bit to make a little bit more, and then just push into that socket back there. So it does have enough room to go in. And this one is gonna go all the way up in the top. There's a socket back there, right there. That's gonna be for the turn signal. So on the driver's side, you don't have to remove this panel because you just have to pull this a little bit and you get enough slack where you can connect all the connectors that you need to connect. Okay, now I'm gonna work on the passenger side. Again, I'm gonna remove the cover for the lights with my trim remover tool. If you don't have something like this, all you have to just get a flat screwdriver. Either wrap the tip with, masking tape, like a painter's tape, or just get like a microfiber towel and cloth and just wrap that around the tip so that you don't scratch any of the plastic part. But what you're gonna do is you're gonna stick into that hole and pop it open. 8mm again. There's another one right there, and there's one right there, you can see. Okay, I'm going to remove those 3. Okay, with one hand. Okay, like I said, just crack it open and you should be just able to turn it by your fingers. Be careful not to drop this. If you drop it in that hole, I have no idea where it goes. So make sure when you remove this, you be careful not to drop it. Pull this straight out. So again, make sure these 2 tabs right here, they line up with the holes back there. These 2 tabs, you don't want to break them. And after you line that up, push it in. And that's it. Okay, I just finished the passenger side, and man, it was very difficult to do on the passenger side. Only reason is because of the slack that you need from the harness is not long enough to reach the sockets, because again, you have to rearrange the reverse and then the tail light and the turn signal bulbs, because they're all flipped around. But anyways, what I ended up doing was I pulled this as hard as I could, and it still didn't get enough slack. I didn't remove this ground unit right here. There's no need for that. What I did end up doing was, you see this little opening? I stuck my hand behind here. Like, I have pretty big hands, but I stuck it behind this compartment and reached down. I followed this wire and I noticed that it's actually zip tied. There's, like, you see that little hole? I'm not sure if it's this one or the one beneath it, but it's like a little zip tie, like a grommet looking thing that holds this wire against this metal piece right here. And you can squeeze it from the back and push it out and it releases, so you don't have to cut it. And that gave me enough room where I can kind of push this up and then put it into all the sockets. It's kind of snug right now still, but I don't think there's gonna be any problems. I might later on take this out and then undo another one of those, probably down here somewhere, that's holding this wire in. But it's not that tight, they're still kind of loose, so I'm not too worried about it. But if I ever do get a short down the line for my turn signal or whatever, this focus, this right here will be the first place I'm gonna check because it's against this metal part right here. So to see if there's any short right here. Well, that concludes the JDM taillight installation. Okay guys, here it is, the JDM taillights on the left on the driver's side and the stock on the passenger side. Okay, there's the JDM and there's the passenger side, the OEM.